What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Shine Comics, and I want to talk about why people hate Spider-Man comics and Batman comics, because these two characters seem to really just be on the wrong end of the stick and to pretty much just be hated on by everyone, and I think it's for good reasoning. Now, specifically, this hate kind of started with Zeb Wells' Spider-Man run, which was so poorly received by fans that Marvel actually advised Zeb Wells not to attend Comic-Con because apparently fans were like maybe going to attack him, or I don't know what they were going to do, but they advised him not to go. I don't care how bad a comic book is, no fan should be trying to assault any type of person. I think that's weird, especially with you being a Spider-Man fan. I don't think Spider-Man would do that. Straight up, I'm not gonna make this video longer than it should be. Marvel and DC refuses to let these two characters grow. They absolutely refuse to let Batman get over his past trauma with his parents, grow and actually be a better person. They refuse to let Spider-Man simply grow and stop being a kid all of the time and just become a man and advance in life. And I find it, and part of this is the fans' fault. A lot of this is actually the fans' fault, because at the end of the day, no matter how bad these comics are, you guys will continue to buy them. Marvel and DC are afraid to take risks. They're afraid, and we actually talked about this in a video posted a few days ago about the new Daredevil run, where Daredevil actually had a lot of growth with Chip Zdarsky's run, but the new writer pretty much just said, oh, screw all of that. Changes never actually last in comics anymore. You know, these companies refuse to take risks. They refuse to actually let these characters evolve. What we as fans, and I'm specifically talking about the us fans who actually buy this stuff, who actually love these characters, who support these characters. I'm not talking about the other fake fans who pirate, don't actually stand by the merits of the characters they claim to love. We evolve, and we would like to see our characters that we love evolve with us. However, I feel like Marvel and DC are kind of stuck on, nah, keep them the same because we're afraid, you know, if they evolve just a little bit, people will stop buying it. And it's like, no, I don't think that's the case at all. When Spider-Man comics were trending back in the, you know, the 80s and 90s, a lot of kids were reading them, you know, people who were like 9 years old, 10 years old. And nowadays, these people are grown men. These people are 40 years old. They're having kids, you know, they have families, they have wives. And like, I just think it's kind of crazy that when they read comics now, Peter isn't doing that. Peter doesn't have kids. Peter isn't married. Peter is still, you know, just kind of being a goofball. And one thing I find really funny is that Peter is actually better in other characters' comics better than his own. I remember when I was reading a Daredevil comic that was actually written by Chip Zdarsky. It's a common trend of him being an amazing writer. I love to see him work on Spider-Man, but I remember seeing Spider-Man, you know, basically converse with Daredevil in Daredevil's comics, and Peter actually, you know, felt mature. He felt like a man, you know what I mean? Like, he actually felt grown, had this like kind of menacing feel to him. It was really refreshing to see him really act and be a man. But now in current comics, you know, it's just kind of just campy jokes. Oh, he's chasing MJ. MJ doesn't want him, you know, the whole stuff with Paul. I'm not even gonna get into all of that. Spider-Man, you know, Peter begging for his life. I think it's just so stupid. They want to give us, you know, this campy and this young, you know, immature Spider-Man. But the thing is, we already have that. We have Miles Morales, and we love Miles Morales. All real fans love Miles Morales. Not saying that you have to love Miles Morales, but if you want the campy and the younger, you know, childish Spider-Man, you have Miles Morales. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's the point in trying to force Peter to be that same campy, childish, you know, type of Spider-Man when we have Miles Morales to fill that role. Like, I don't know why they won't let this character grow and be better. And it's so weird because it feels like spin-off characters for the iconic characters have more development than their iconic predecessors. Like, we can all agree Miles Morales has had better development in his comics and better overall stories in his comics than Peter has for the last decade. I mean, when it comes to Batman and current Batman comics, Nightwing has had way better development than Batman has in the last 30 years. Tom Taylor has been doing a great job with Nightwing. Characters like Damian Wayne, he's been having amazing development. You know what I mean? Jason Todd has had amazing development. Tim Drake hasn't had much development, but I mean, he's yeah, we need to make a video about that. DC has no idea what to do with Tim Drake. Now, in terms of talking about, you know, Batman, I don't see a lot of criticism for Batman comics as much as I see for Spider-Man. However, I love Chip Zdarsky's run on Batman. Chip Zdarsky has been writing Batman for about, I believe, like 12, 13 issues now, and it's been amazing. It's been entertaining. And I will say, Batman can't, and he just refuses to get over, not get over, but heal from his past trauma. He refuses. The writers refuse to let him become a better person. You know, Batman has been the exact same for 50 years. 50 years, Batman has not changed. When are you going to let this character grow? Okay, like in the most recent comic, Red Hood literally told Batman, yo, you're still, you know, a 7-year-old that saw his parents get killed. Red Hood literally told him it. That's true. He still is the 7-year-old who watched his parents get killed. Like, there's nothing but facts to that. Like, Batman just can't grow up. He can't evolve. You know what I mean? And I'm like, when are we going to let this character evolve? He's been through 4 different Robins, bro. He still hasn't evolved. He's had so many love interests. He still hasn't evolved. When will we allow him to evolve? You know what I mean? Batman still doesn't show his emotions. He's not, you know, emotionally stable around his kids. He's not a very good father. Batman is not growing. He's not evolving. You know what I mean? We keep going back to, you know, the trauma with, my parents died. And like, yes, obviously that's very hurtful. Like that's very traumatic. Batman obviously has a plethora of mental issues, PTSD, a little bit of sociopathic tendencies. However, when are we going to let him heal from that? There was this one Batman comic that really stuck with me where Batman actually talked to his younger self who saw, you know, his parents get killed. He basically talked to his 7-year-old self, you know, watch his parents die. And he basically reassured him. He told him, hey, it's okay. Everything will get better. You know, you're going to make amazing friends. You're going to have a family. You're going to have kids, a girlfriend. You're going to find love. Everything's going to get better. And this comic really, really stuck with me. And I really, really like it. And a lot of people like it. But we don't actually see that, you know? Like, that was kind of a one-time thing. Like, Batman is still that kid in current comics. Like, nothing has really changed. And I feel like that's overall just a problem. We refuse to let this character grow. And I find it really pathetic and kind of sad that we see characters like Spider-Man and Batman. We see these characters evolve and grow in other forms of media over comics. Like, for example, Peter B. Parker from Into the Spider-Verse. Well, this character had an arc. This character grew and evolved. You know, like he had a baby in Across the Spider-Verse. You know, like that's evolving. Like he got back together with MJ. That's evolving. That's growing. That's becoming a better person. And it's sad how you have to watch a movie. I mean, there was always a stance that, oh, the comics are better than movies. Comics are way better. But like, it's almost as if it's kind of the opposite in certain ways, where the movies are actually taking risks with these characters and allowing these characters to grow. Whereas in the comics, the character just saw, I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing, you know? Like, it's so goofy to me, man. It's so goofy. Let's let these characters grow. These characters do not need to be children. They do not need to keep dwelling on their traumas from the past. They do not have to keep, you know, re-entering the same stupid and toxic relationships. You know what I'm saying? I would much rather see Batman and Selina in a consistent and healthy and loving relationship and to see them actually grow together and maybe even have a kid. You know what I mean? Than to just continue saying, oh, Batman's having a mental breakdown again. You know, Batman's fighting his kids again. Batman's dwelling on his parents dying again. I'd much rather see that. Okay. Spider-Man. I'm tired of seeing Spider-Man, you know, getting, cucked by Paul. I'm tired of seeing him, you know, going through the same struggles. Let's let him grow up. Let's let him, give him a love interest. Let him have kids. Let him grow up. Let these characters grow. Stop putting them in the same, you know, same reoccurring nonsense. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna catch you later.